Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well today wherever you are in the world, and welcome to a much requested and long overdue video. I do apologise for the delays in getting this sorted. There's been loads of requests for it, but you'll see why as we go through why it's taken so long. So today's video is how you can get your hands on the tones that I've been using in the videos, as well as some new ones as well. So let's get into it. Now, it's been a couple of months since I started doing the YouTube thing again, releasing the Kemper content, and the feedback to the video has been amazing. Thank you so much. But the thing that's been overriding all of it is numerous requests in comments on my personal Facebook messages, Instagram. Could we please buy the sounds that you've been using in the videos? The issue lies with the My Kemper Tones video. All of the sounds in that were from third parties, from Michael Britt, Top Jimmy, etc. So I can't resell them. Obviously, it's those guys' property. I can't give them away either because that's how they make their dosh. So I did reach out to Michael Britt and see if he'd be interested in collaborating to make these sounds available for download. Unfortunately, I didn't get a reply, but he's a very busy guy. I'm not surprised. So the best way I could think to get you these is to make an extensive walkthrough of the profiles, the settings, the effects settings, and how I put it all together, so that if you wanted to, you could completely clone those sounds using the profiles from their respective sellers. So I've made that video. On top of that, I've also put together 3 whole performances of my personal profiles and effects settings, profiled in this very room. They're sounds I use on a daily basis for jamming or recording. And the idea behind these, a lot of those profile guys have got it nailed by giving you an extensive selection of profiles for individual amps. This is a complete option paralysis killer. This is my personal pick of, I think there's 6 or 7 profiles, and those profiles are laid out in performances, so they're practical and ready to use. You've got a core tones bank, which is just clean to dirty, the kind of sounds I use all the time, with effects and stuff ready preset. You've got a morphing bank, which is the sounds from the morphing video, but instead of the named profiles, I've substituted my own profiles in there. And then I've got a special effects bank, which is the sounds that you guys in the comments were like, please show me how to get that. So I've put those in the special effects bank, and again with my own profiles. And what I've done is I've put these together in a pack ready for you to download. So the issue then was how to get it to you guys. It's a little bit harder than you'd think. So I've had massive help from my buddy Joe. He's set me up a proper website, a proper grown-up website. Joe's a great web developer and musician. I'll link to his stuff down below. And I've had big help from my buddy Kiran as well, who's designed me a really cool logo for the site. And Kiran does great graphics work. He's also a Twitch streamer, good musician. So I'll link him down below as well. So what you can do is down in the comments below will be a link to my official website. Oh, it sounds very grown up. You can go to this website now and download a pack. In that pack will be a folder. You'll have the banks of sounds, the performances ready set up to drag across and use. You'll have a library of profiles that I've made. And you'll also have a README file, which will direct you to the 25-minute video. All of this is available to you for the price of not much more than a couple of pints down the pub. I'm not trying to make loads of money off this or anything. The ideal is just to offset some of the costs that I've put into setting up, like the video lights and things like that. So if there's a bit left over for a drink at the end, thumbs up from me. So if you decided to get involved and purchase the pack, you have my eternal gratitude. And thanks very much for supporting the channel. If you're undecided whether this is for you or not, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the 3 performances I put together with all of my profiles in it, ready just to drag onto your Kemper and get involved. So this is the first bank, called Core Tones, left to right, clean to progressively more dirty. The first one is called Clean, and it's a profile of my little Laney VC15 combo, turned up really, really loud, which is where it sounds best. And this is what the profile turned out like. Really nice, touch responsive, just a little bit of breakup if you hit it hard. On the yellow switch, you've got a bit of a boost. Just pushes the front end into a little bit of breakup. On the orange switch, you've got a nice like univibey tremolo type thing. And then on the blue and green, you've got my typical 80s chorusy kind of sound, which was much requested in the videos. It sounds like this. Sort of Eric Johnson-y. Obviously you can separate those out or use them together. Along with any of the other stomps. Number 2 is the same VC15 combo but on the dirty channel, but with the gain turned low, volume turned high, just for a little bit of hair. It sounds like this. Great all-round tone, that one. On the blue switch here, you've got a rotary. And as you can hear on the switch next to it, you've got the fast slow, the ramping rate thing. And then green one adds in 2 simultaneous delays, and the button next to it lets you hold it. This was another much requested sound. And then if you don't have the hold on, you can just play with extra wet delay. Next one across is the Laney VC15 combo again, but with the Barber Burn unit in front of it, which is a Dumble style pedal. This came out really good, super dynamic, really great for blues or anything sort of touch sensitive. Sounds a bit like a Dumble, I suppose. I don't know what a Dumble sounds like, I've never played one. But the profile sounds a bit like this. I really like that, really dynamic, really easy to play. The blue one is some modulation, a bit of sort of slow rotary type thing. The yellow one is a boost, but like a mid boost, like the Dumble style amps. Just adds a nice pushed mid-range in front. First delay is a little bit of a slap back a la Matt Schofield. Sort of a back wall kind of delay. Next one is a longer delay. And obviously you can combine any of those. So because this one's Dumble-ish and the Dumble amps are supposed to sing like crazy when you get to high volumes, I've kind of built this into the morphing switch on this one. So if you hold it down, the note blooms out and it sounds like this. all the fun of the fair. The next slot along is Drive, and that's a profile based on this amp here, which is a Jet City JCA 50 head that was modded for me by my good friend Mr. Martin Kidd of Victory and Cornford fame. Not only a great amp designer, but a tremendous fella as well. And it turned out kind of modded Marshall without the... I don't like the fizzy mid-range you get with certain Marshalls. It sounds like this. I love that. On the Reg, you've got an Octavia. On the Purple, you've got a Phaser. On the White, you've got a lower octave. And then you've got a long delay, or long-ish delay at the end. And then obviously, if you want, you can combine them all for some sonic mayhem. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Then at the very end, we've got High Gain, which is another profile of this amp on channel 2. Comes built in with a little bit of delay for some lead. Also good for, you know, riffs and stuff. And then on the buttons, you've got a boost. Require any more gain. Phaser. This was a flanger. I changed it for a flanger. Then you've got another hold delay here as well. So if you engage the second delay block and play a little chord, hold it and play over the top. Sorry, the playing's a little bit scrappy today, but that's what we're about. So the next performance is the Morphing one. My favourite sounds from the Morphing video. This is the freeze on the morph. So as you hold the button down, it will create a pad, and then you let it go and you can play over the top. Which is that one. It's a tail still going on. Hopefully you can hear me over the top of it. Next up, you've got the Bloom, which is similar to what I put in the Dumble preset. Then you've got the Solo Boost one. So when you press it down, you get more mid-range, a little bit more volume and some delay. Then you've got the lo-fi one where you hold it down and get an AM radio type thing. And lastly, you've got the Scream, which is where you hold it down and it adds like an upper octave thing. which again is a lot of fun. Like I've said in the README file that you get with the folder, these are all done with my profiles, but you can take the principles and the settings and copy them across to your own. And on the last performance is the special effects. So these are just a selection from some of the videos of my favourite sounds / the sounds that you asked a lot about. So the first one is my 80s rack sound. It sounds like this. Absolutely love that sound. And I've built in extra delay and extra detuned stereo kind of thing as well if you want to add it. Next up is the one that probably got the most comments, which is the synth sound. Love that sound. Next up is the pad, but I've modified this. So if you look on the top row, there's 3 white buttons. And what that's doing is the first white button is a hold for the delay. The second white button is infinity for the delay. And the third white button is infinity for the reverb. So you've got a selection of ways to increase or decrease your spaciness. This was the one that was used in the intro. So the hold lets you hold and play over the top. Infinity will ramp up the feedback, but will leave the delay input open so you can add some sonic mayhem on top. And then the last one is the infinity for the reverb. And then you can combine them as you see fit if you want to go completely bananas. This one is the ambient fuzz sound. So it's stereo delays with fuzz and distortion. And then on top of that, you can add some detune. Sort of a cross between Ian Thornley and John Petrucci, minus the actual playing skills. And then the last one is the dub echo. And there's some added boosts and things on top of that as well. So they are the 3 performance banks that you get ready just to drag and drop. I think you can agree there's definitely some fun to be had in there. And it's a good starting point. If you like the profiles, use the profiles and change all the effects if you want. If you like the effects but not the profiles, copy and paste out the effects blocks and put them in your own sounds. You know, it's just a good starting point. Remember to use your ears, and if it sounds good to you, it definitely is good. Hopefully, if you've made it to the end of this video, you were a purchaser of the pack. And as I say, you've got my eternal gratitude. I really appreciate your support of the channel by watching and now by making a little purchase as well. The website is in progress and hopefully we'll have more content as time goes on, possibly even some merch or something. Well, they call it dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So let's get ideas above the station. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Take care and enjoy whatever you're doing with the rest of your day. Hopefully playing. Cheers, guys.